Hey everyone, my name is Ro. For all those who may not know me, I am a staffer here at Fort Wayne Sports Social, and I'm going to be going over some of the rules that we have for flag football. I'm not going to go over every rule that we have because that would take forever, but I'm just going to go over some of the rules that we have that makes this league a little more unique than some of the other leagues around. If you want to look at all the rules that we have for this, we sent out a welcome email earlier this week that sends you a link to the rule page, so you can check that out if you have any other questions. And if that doesn't answer the question you have, feel free to email me at the attached link below, or you can just ask us when we get there during game day, and we will try to answer everything as quickly and clear as possible. So our first rule that we have that not only encompasses this league, but every other league that we play, is don't be a douchebag. This is pretty straightforward. Um, don't let your competitiveness make you irritable and pretty much not fun. Football is one of those sports that it's hard to not play with a lot of competitiveness. And we don't discourage that, but we want you to have a level head and have fun. And we don't want anyone's experience to go make it not make it fun for anyone because someone is taking it too hard, is getting a little too aggravated or too physical because there's something happened. We just want everyone to have fun, and if something happens, feel free to talk to any of the staffers that are around, and hopefully we can de-escalate things. But just remember, don't be a douchebag. This is just a game. Just have fun. So one of the main rules in our league for football is not to have pockets of any kind. That either be that like being shorts or even a shirt. We've had people hurt their fingers and even break their fingers because someone was wearing pockets. They went to go pull their flag and their hand went into the pocket and got twisted. So this is very, very important. If you don't have any shorts that do not have pockets, we sell shorts for $10 that don't have pockets. And at the very least, if you can't afford that, we will tape up your pockets. This is a very big safety concern. We're trying to make this as seamless as possible because we want everyone to play without the fear of hurting their hand. So just remember, no pockets. If you need shorts without pockets, contact us and we will get you shorts or we will tape you up. Along with that, there are no metal cleats. This is another safety concern. People are going to be diving everywhere, potentially running into each other, and metal cleats is just a big safety hazard that we are going to avoid at all costs. So if you have metal cleats, don't bring them. We recommend getting some kind of rubber or plastic ones. Just remember, don't bring them if you have metal cleats. Also, you have to keep your shirts tucked in to your shorts or whatever you're wearing, just so people have free access to the flags. This is just another random safety rule that we have because if your shirt's not tucked in, they can't get access to your flag. They're just grabbing things, and who knows what's going to happen. So just remember to keep your shirt tucked in. Um, Also, we provide all the flags, flag belts, and the footballs that are going to be used throughout the game. So use our equipment just so everyone doesn't have so no one has an unfair advantage with their own equipment, like having their own flags and flag belt that may or may not be harder to pull. That's just an unfair advantage. Just use our equipment, and that'd be that. It's 7-on-7 with 3 females on the field at all times. If you can't field 3 females, you can play down a person, 6, but there has to be at least 2 females on the field at all times, or your team will forfeit. This is just to keep it. This is a co-ed league, so it keeps it fair, along with the other rules that we're going to mention further along. There's 2 halves, with each half being 22 minutes. There's a 10-minute halftime, give or take. This may fluctuate throughout the season depending on when you started, how much available daylight, and or when you're ready to play again. So just keep that in mind. But the halves are 22 minutes regardless. Um, so we have a some slightly different rules when it comes to clock stoppage. Um, so the clocks are always running, except in these certain scenarios. The clocks run normal. The clocks are always running except for the last minute of the first half and the last 2 minutes of the second half. During these specific times, the clocks stop at incompletes, out of bounds, scores, and turnovers, just like any normal professional football game. But outside of those specific times, regardless of what happens, the clock is always running. So you got to keep that in mind, especially if your team is in charge of the timepiece that we have for each half. So remember, clock stops at 1 minute the first half and the last 2 minutes the second half, and during those specific times, incompletes, turnovers, scores, and out of bounces are t- clock stoppage. Okay, so kickoffs. Kickoffs, you have to kick off from the 10-yard line. That's noted with a smaller, generally colored cone right in front of each uh, each end zone. You have to kick it from there or farther back, whatever you prefer, but you can't cross that line while kicking off. Uh, you can punt on fourth downs. This is one that not everyone knew in our past leagues, but you're allowed to punt on fourth downs. You can also fake punt as well. So you can start your fourth down like you're going to throw and potentially throw, but there's no one open and the defender is rushing in. Then you can choose to punt. Uh, a punt is dead once it hits the ground if it's not caught. So once you punt and if the other team doesn't catch it, the ball is dead exactly where it hits the ground. If you try to punt and it goes out of bounds, you're allowed a second attempt. Um, but if that second attempt goes out of bounds, then the ball is placed on the 50-yard line for the opposing team. So keep it in bounds, pretty much. Uh, on offense, a male to male play is called um, is excuse me, sorry. While playing on offense, if a male quarterback throws it to a male receiver, which would be fine, but the next play would be considered close. A close play means a female has to be involved. So either they're going to be the quarterback or they're going to be the receiver. This keeps females who are generally there's not as many females on each team most of the time. This just keeps it fair. Uh, so they have to be involved in a close play, or even if they are not, even if you get a first down, whichever which way, it doesn't count. A female has to be involved. Completions, uh, a throw is considered uh, in the air and it has to cross the line of scrimmage. You can't throw it laterally behind the line of scrimmage and count it as a throw. That isn't a completion. It has to cross the line of scrimmage in the air. Male QBs cannot cross the line of scrimmage even while being rushed. This is very important, and not everyone remembers this. So even if you're being rushed, you can move laterally. That is fine, but you cannot cross the line of scrimmage. If you do, the play is over and the ball is placed where you crossed, and it's pretty much a loss of down. But if you're a female quarterback and you're being rushed, you're more than welcome to run past the line of scrimmage. It doesn't count as an open or closed play. It's just a play, and wherever you get tackled, that's where the ball is. Uh, Defensive rushers must count to 5 Mississippi out loud and in an orderly way. So like you can't like rush it really fast, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It has to be clear in a normal count, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. This is pretty important. This is a little harder to do, like to make concrete, because some people count slightly faster than others, and uh, it's just very hard. Just do your best to keep it in an orderly pace. Uh, if it's a little fast, just tell the other team, say, hey, we think that was a little fast. Could you slow it down next time? Um, and if it gets out of hand to where they keep doing it, feel free to tell me, myself, or like the another staffer, say, hey, we think these guys are counting too fast during the rush. Like, could you ask them to stop? And we will talk to them, hopefully straighten it out. Scoring. So scoring is a little different as well. Since it's a co-ed league, we have if it's a male-to-male score, that's considered 6 points. If it's a female in male play, so male or female threw it to a male or female receiver, and they score, that's called 7 points. And if it's a female to female play, to where no males were involved, it's 8 points. Extra points are also a little different. So if you try from the 5 yard line, that's a 1 point extra point. If you try from the 10 yard line, that's 2 points. And if you tried from the 20 yards, that is 3 points. There's also this is a semi new rule, uh, onside kicks. You can ask for an onside kick if you're in the second half of the game and your team is down. An onside kick is you get the ball at your 20, and essentially you have one play to get to the next first down line. If you don't get to the first down line, it's a turnover, and the defense gets the ball wherever the ball was. So if you completed a pass but you didn't get to the first down line, the defense then gets the ball right there. But if you happen to get the first down, then you play like normal. You take multiple downs to get to the next first down, so on and so forth. But you have to get to the first down within one play, or it's a turnover. So that's pretty much all the weird rules that we have. There are more rules. You just have to look them up yourself in the link provided in the email, or you can just ask us about any other thing that you had in mind. I hope this was clear, and I hope we're all on the same page when it comes to football. We can't wait to see you guys there. It's been too long, and we're all looking forward to seeing everyone. So good luck, and hopefully see everyone soon.